Hi friends, in this video we are going to learn how to determine the coefficient of thermal conductivity of given bad conducting material using Lee's disk experiment. What is the aim of this experiment? To determine the coefficient of thermal conductivity of the material using Lee's disk method. The material should be bad conductor. Let us see what is coefficient of thermal conductivity. Let us consider a metallic bar whose cross sectional area is A. Let small d be the distance between the two ends maintained at temperature theta 1 and theta 2. Here theta 2 is higher temperature, theta 1 is lower temperature. So, look at this diagram, the heat flow is just from theta 2 to theta 1. So, the temperature transfers from the side ABCD to the side EFGH. After steady state, the heat energy Q is directly proportional to area of the cross section and the temperature gradient, which is nothing but theta 2 minus theta 1 by d, and the time. So, after making mathematical expression, we just introduce a constant, that is lambda. So, Q is equal to lambda A theta 2 minus theta 1 by d into T. From that equation, we can get the lambda value as Q by A theta 2 minus theta 1 by d into T. From this formula, we can easily define what is coefficient of thermal conductivity, because here the lambda is coefficient of thermal conductivity, Q be the heat energy, A be the area of the cross section, T be the time. What is theta 2 minus theta 1 by d? Change in temperature by distance is nothing but temperature gradient. So, that you can write the definition as when lambda is equal to Q. Can you tell me when lambda is equal to Q? The whole denominator term should be 1. So, the coefficient of thermal conductivity of the material is the quantity of heat energy per unit area per second maintain unit temperature gradient. The unit of the coefficient of thermal conductivity is W m inverse K inverse. Here W is watt, meter, K stands Kelvin. W m inverse K inverse is the unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity. But this Lee's disk experiment has a specific formula. After applying a theory, it will be discussed in separate video. It can be obtained. That formula is lambda is equal to MSD by pi r squared d theta by dt by theta 2 minus theta 1 r plus 2 h divided by 2 r plus 2 h. The unit is W m inverse K inverse. Here what is capital M is mass of the lower disc, S be the specific heat of the material of the disc, d be the thickness of the specimen, can be determined using screw gauge, rate of cooling d theta by dt, thickness of the lower disc h, radius of the lower disc is r, which can be determined by Vernier calipers, steady state temperature of the Lee's disk is theta 1, steady state temperature of the chamber is theta 2. These are all the formula details. Now, let us see the parts of that experiment. See an iron stand, at the top of it, it has a ring which is used to suspend the Lee's disk, a beaker and a heater also you can see. The rigid lease disc is suspended with thread. It has a hole in which the thermometer can be inserted and used to measure the temperature of lease disc. The specimen whose lambda to be determined is placed over the disc. The radius of the disc and the specimen should be the same. Then the steam chamber is placed over the specimen so that the given specimen is sandwiched between lower disc and upper disc. Here lower disc is called as lease disc, upper disc is called as steam chamber. This steam chamber is hollow one. It has one inlet and one outlet in which the steam can be passed through it, and also it has a hole for measuring the temperature. A steam boiler is placed over a heater. Take 3/4 of the water in it. Use a cork. Just close the neck of the boiler firmly. Connect the boiler and steam chamber with a rubber tube. A thermometer is inserted in the lease disc. Another thermometer is inserted in the steam chamber. Finally, a stopwatch is needed to find the rate of cooling. Let us see the procedure to determine the coefficient of thermal conductivity of a given specimen. Initially, switch on the heater. After some times, we can feel the radiation from the boiler and the steam is exhausted from the outlet. Due to condensation, the water droplets are formed. These droplets can be collected by the beaker. Now look at the both thermometers. We have to wait till they attain steady state temperature. That is, the temperatures should not change at any cost. Theta 1 be the first to attain steady state, and note theta 1. Still you have to wait till theta 2 get the steady state. After some times it will also come to steady state. Note as theta 2, which should be lesser than the theta 1. For example, if we have theta 1 is 95 degrees Celsius, we have to wait, the theta 2 will attain the steady state temperature. So finally we got 85 degrees Celsius. So the first part of that experiment is to obtain the steady state temperature of theta 1 and theta 2. The second part of the experiment is you have to do the experiment just like that. So after finding theta 1 and theta 2, just remove the thermometer theta 1. Remember, the heater is remaining in on. Lift up the chamber and to remove the specimen, and place the chamber directly on the lease disc. So theta 2 is increasing now. We have to allow the heat energy till theta 2 is equal to plus 5 degrees Celsius. That means, according to our example, theta 2 is equal to 85 degrees Celsius. So 85 plus 5 is 90 degrees Celsius. So when the theta 2 is attained 90 degrees Celsius, till that you have to allow the heat energy. Then immediately switch off the heater and keep off the boiler and chamber together at a safe place. Now the temperature of theta 2 is decreasing with respect to time. This process is called rate of cooling. We have to cool till it reaches theta 2 is equal to minus 5 degrees Celsius. Here theta 2 is equal to 85 degrees Celsius. So that 85 degrees Celsius minus 5 is equal to 80 degrees Celsius. Draw a table and enter the theta value as shown in figure. So, we have to write the value from 90 to 80. See the theta 2 value in red color. There are 5 values on above and 5 values on below from the theta 2 value. To take rate of the cooling, take stopwatch and ready to note, then theta 2 shows 90 degrees Celsius. For 90 degrees Celsius, you have to write 0. Then when it descends 89 degrees Celsius, note that time. In this way, we have to note that stopwatch readings for every falling 1 degree Celsius. Then the values to be tabulated under the T. Here we have to convert the minute into second. Now the experiment part is completed. Next, the calculation part. From the tabulation, we can find out d theta by dt, that is rate of cooling, using two methods. The first method is called as table method, other one is graph method. Let us see table method first. See, the first two columns are the same. Next columns are d theta, dt and d theta by dt. Assume that t columns are also filled. Then how to find out d theta? Under theta column, consider first value and last value. The difference between them is 90 minus 80 is equal to 10. Just enter the value under d theta. Next, difference between 89 and 81 is 8. Note in d theta. Similarly, we can have d theta values for 6, 4 and 2. 86 minus 84 is 2. So, finally, we are having 5 readings in d theta. The same procedure followed in finding dt. So, finally, we have 5 values in d theta and 5 values in dt. And we have to divide the values. We can have 5 d theta by dt values and take average, that is mean d theta by dt can be determined using table method. Now, let us see the graph method. As usual, consider the x axis and y axis, taking t along x axis, theta along y axis. Then plot the values of theta corresponding t in the graph. It is in inversely proportional. That means time increases, temperature decreases. Connect the dots, then get d theta and dt values as shown in the graph. After getting d theta and dt from the graph, divide them, we can get the value of d theta by dt. What are the readings observed in this experiment? that is observation. So, mass of the lower disc can be measured the balance in terms of kilogram. You have to write specific heat material of the disc, just refer the logbook or Clark's table, you can write that value small s. Thickness of the specimen using screw gauge you can determine in terms of meter. Rate of cooling from the graph or tabulation method after finding the d theta dt value in terms of degree Celsius per second. Thickness of the lower disc h can be determined using screw gauge, that value should be in terms of meter. Radius of the lower disc or can be determined using vernier calipers in terms of meter. Steady state temperature of the release disc theta 1 and theta 2 can be measured using the thermometers in terms of Kelvin. Calculation. Substitute all the obtained values in this formula, thus we can get the value for lambda. Then result. Fill up the blank by writing the obtained lambda value with proper unit. So, the coefficient of thermal conductivity of given material using least disc method is dash. We have to fill up that value with the proper unit W, M inverse, K inverse. Dear student, the examination point of view, you have to write this experiment in theory. Let us see how to write it. Initially, draw the figure, very simple and good. First, you have to draw the diagram. Instead of circular disc, you can draw rectangular box, just like that. Simply you have to draw the diagram and write the parts. The next one, procedure. Write 10 lines about the procedure. Next, observation. Observations, the mass of the lower disc, specific heat capacity and all such things. Each letters in the formula, that is called observation. What are the values you have obtained? You have just note it down under the observation. Then tabulation. Draw the tabulation theta and t. You need not write the values. If you want to, you can mention the vernier caliper and screw gauge tabulations also. Next, formula. Write this formula with the proper unit. Then result. Thus, the coefficient of thermal conductivity of given material can be determined using least disc. So, in this way, you have to write in theory paper. Thank you.